What you are about to hear are accounts from teenagers all over Ireland. They will tell you how the masks and restrictions within schools have affected them. We are doing this to get their voices heard, as nobody has asked how they feel. Please support this and help our teenagers. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mariana. I'm 14 and I'm in second year. I've barely seen any part of this year as we've been at school. I miss my friends and I miss going to school, but I don't miss the masks and the cold classrooms. The teachers aren't nice if they see you pull your mask down for fresh air. Now we're doing online schoolwork and we've got twice as much homework, study, projects and books to read. I sometimes cry because I can't do it all and it's not fun. I hate it now and I hate the teachers, they're bullies. They only stay for 10 minutes to give us loads of work and then they're gone. I'm so lonely. I have my mum and my sister, but I miss my friends and I miss going to town. I miss normal things. I cry a lot.
My name is Nathan. I am 14 years old and I live in Waterford. 2020-2021 I was supposed to be in second year in school, but my school would not let me back because I cannot wear a mask. I suffer badly with asthma and can't wear scarves or snoods around my neck or mouth. Never mind sitting in a class for 6 or 7 hours with a mask on. The vice principal of my school, when my mum and I met with her, told me to wear a mask at home for a few hours a day. I will get used to it. And I need to be back at school. I know I need to be back at school. I'm in exam year next year and I've missed so much. My school don't even allow me to receive work on Google Classroom, so I'm missing out on my education and also I have learning difficulties. I feel I'm being punished for something that's not my fault. I miss the interaction with my classmates and I rarely see them. At the start of all this I did, and one told me I'm lucky. Not being in school as wearing a mask all day is hell. Another said he has constant headaches and another said he finds it hard to concentrate. I feel if this mask rule is permanent, I will have no choice but to withdraw from school permanently. The school has forgotten me and let me down badly already. Regards, Nathan.
Hi, I'm 14 years old and I'm in second year. Life has not been the same for the past year between people wearing masks and yellow signs at every shop. Being told to sanitize your hands all the time and people not interacting like before. I find school extremely traumatic and horrible. I cannot breathe properly with the mask on and I get very anxious. But the teachers make sure that you have it on at all times and you're wearing it correctly. At first when I heard that I was going back, I thought it would be okay, but it's just awful. Some classes I would get so anxious and panicky, so I would have to go to the toilet and get away to cry. Along with wearing the mask and being really anxious, I had to do work and listen to the teacher talking. I find it so difficult to concentrate and I just constantly want to go home. It was weird talking to people with the mask and I cannot really speak properly with it on, so I just stayed quiet. Some days were just not bearable, so I would ring home. Teachers constantly in the corridors giving out if we're not socially distancing and make sure that we're 2 meters apart with meter sticks and giving out if we don't follow the one-way system. I really hate it and I never want to go back because I'm a bit traumatized by it. I feel anxious a lot now even when not in school, and I find it really sad to remember times when I was happy all the time because most days I am just sad and tired and I cry a lot.
I started secondary school this year and it was a big change. I found the hardest thing was wearing a mask as I wasn't used to them at all and I don't think I will ever be. I have constant headaches and I feel so tired all the time, and before this I didn't have any of this. I find it not being able to be normal around my friends is very hard and the school is so strict. I like seeing my friends out of school as we can just be normal. I'm going back to school after Easter, but I would rather stay at home because I don't have to wear a mask. My headaches are gone and I can exercise during the day and not worry. We were told that being outdoors was as safe as it could be, but with summer coming I dread wearing a mask in the hot weather in school, and I'll be glad to finish my first year soon. I just hope in September I can go into second year and be normal, as teachers will be vaccinated and I hope they'll be more relaxed. I don't want to wear a mask anymore in school from September, as we have to live with this virus.
I'm 15 years old and I'm in third year. I had an awful time wearing masks. They made my throat dry, gave me headaches, and my allergies went crazy. My eyes were itchy sore and I was suffering with nosebleeds. Then I started to experience wheezing at night, and in the morning, just like when my asthma was bad. The funny thing was, at the weekends, all of these problems would disappear once I had a few days without wearing a mask. All of this was causing me anxiety, and I hated school. I begged my mother to let me stay at home. I was miserable at school. My mother got me an exemption from a psychologist who said the anxiety I had was too much. But the day I went into school with the exemption, they kicked me out because I wouldn't put on a mask. They said they would help me with online work, but they muted me in live classes, so I couldn't ask any questions. I couldn't get OneNote working either, so I couldn't see my assignments or send them in. My mother emailed the school countless times, but nothing was done to fix it. My mother has been fighting the school for months to get me back, for them to recognise my exemption. I have only had 1 month of school in the third year, but I will be returning after Easter sometime, but only to some classes that have the tables properly socially distanced, as the school have finally decided to let me attend them mask-free, which is the way it should be because I am exempt. I just wish they would make allowances for all my classes, as I know by law they are supposed to do that for kids who are exempt. I heard the minister say that. Masks have destroyed my interest in school and caused me and my mother a lot of stress.
I'm in second year. I'm dyslexic and I haven't had any support since the lockdown, and not much before that. My teachers give me 3 times the work, but no support in helping me to understand it. Then I get in trouble for getting it wrong. It's very lonely. I miss my friends. I get very sad and lonely. I want things to be normal again. It's very upsetting and depressing just doing school with no fun.
When I went back to school in September, all my friends wear masks, but Mum put visors on me and my sister. The teachers were all wearing masks, and we all found it hard to understand what they were saying. Many of the friends, they all hated wearing masks and found it hard to breathe and all that. I hated the visor. When I was sat on my head, the teachers would argue with me. It was woefully annoying. I found the visor very stressful, but better than the masks. The teachers were bullying and controlling, and were always had to keep on me. I was so glad to get home from school every day. The visor was giving me pains in the head as well. I found it sad to look at the friends and can't hear what they're saying. Many were sick with pains in their heads as well, most days. So that was really it, and they were giving out how sick they were and what the difference was when they got out of school taking off the masks.
Hi, my name's Caelan. I don't really care. I just wear the mask to get through the day. I've had headaches, sore throats, which I'd never had before, and skin breakouts. Ugh. It gets really warm on my face and it's hard to breathe sometimes. But I take my nose out as much as I can get away with. I found it hard to concentrate as time went on, and it's hard to communicate and understand the teachers. Some teachers you can tell just where to get through the day, but with others are really, really strict and believe in it. They give out to you when your nose isn't covered, but at lunch we are spread 2 meters apart while sitting down, and we have to keep our masks on, only pulling it down to take a bite of food. I've been happy at home, and I'm not looking forward to going back. Only 1 year left after this.
I was so excited to go back to school after the long summer break and lockdown. I wanted a bit of normality. When we were told we would have to wear a mask, I was panicking and dreading going back. The first day was horrible. I was so excited to see friends, but we didn't even get to talk, and it was just straight into the form class. Take a seat that you would stay in for the year. Don't move around or don't take off your mask. That first day, a teacher said to us, "You should expect headaches, sore throat at the end of the day from the mask, but you will get used to this." I went into school for a few days on and off, but I couldn't cope with teachers watching how we wore our masks. We were sat, we were stood, and I started having panic attacks and anxiety. I went back to school in November after my mum agreed a 2-day week for me with a sensory pass card so that I could take mask breaks. I'm still anxious, but my mum has helped to understand what is happening and how to cope a little better. I want to be in school learning and making friends. I still find it very hard to breathe and concentrate, but I take drinks very often just to take my mask down and go to the toilet as much as I can to get away from it. I just worry to get through the day without drama, but find it very hard to communicate and have a headache most days.